Welcome, guys. This is part 2, where we are diving deeper into more of the challenges that women go through in construction. So yeah, let's start.
I need a question.
Yeah, I think so.
How would you spend $1 million?
Wow.
The $1 million question. Well, $1 million, I would invest it directly into real estate because I really believe in getting passive income, mostly because of financial security, but also because I'm an architect, I'm a designer, so I want to invest in the industry that I work in.
Wow, nice. Interesting. Okay, I'm next. Wow, okay. Carry a book on top of your head and smile hysterically while walking around the room.
Woohoo!
There you go.
God.
Okay.
Yes. How else would they do that you're red? You're supposed to smile hysterically. Big smile, yes.
I can see now you can get you a husband from the village.
Yes.
You'll be
I think
carrying
you
pots on your
qualify.
head.
You qualify for sure. Well done.
Question, what are your 2 favorite smells?
Ooh, nice.
Lavender and basil.
Okay, that is specific.
What are you wearing today?
Oh, today I didn't do lavender, no basil. I just did, what is it? Do I even remember? Okay, I don't remember.
Okay.
We won't judge you if you try to smell yourself.
Yeah, I don't think we do that. Oh, actually, one more question.
Of course not. Sing a silly song or a nursery rhyme, like a childhood song. Baba, black sheep.
It just had to be that one.
Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 2 for the people, 3 for Aisha and Imani because they are so awesome. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
Yay! So we have the last question, guys. If you could be anywhere doing anything right now, where would you be and what would you be doing? So if I could be anywhere right now, I would probably be in Jamaica. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica, but I've not gotten that chance. God, please hear my prayers. Your chance needs to be there right now. I would be at the beach, maybe in a carnival, dancing, drinking martini. Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
You're like, okay. In a woman, there's that guilt. For the men,
It's fine. So they get more pay. What about you, Etta? Do you, in your positions, in your project and also in the university, are the men paid more than you?
For the most part, let me ask, it depends. I think as a woman, for you to be operating at the same level and at the same position as a man in your field or in your sector, you need to be a very aggressive, loudmouth woman, kind of like me, which is not fair because I think that generally men are accepted as they are, whether they're exceptional, whether they're hardworking, whether they come in, and because you're a man, you have like an initial 10% of the marks or 20% of the marks. You have a foot in the door. So women have to work a lot harder to get a seat on the table. And for you to get to where men are at a natural, like flat given rate, you need to be very aggressive and very loud and very, and it's getting better, as I said, because there's a lot more women leaders who are stepping up and giving people mentorship and advice. But it needs to get to a point where the shy, introverted, quiet, perfectionist that woman, like, you know, that woman who's like, they're brilliant, but they're like, you know, the quiet guy in the office does not need to fight for her salary or her promotion, or does not need other people to fight for her, because people are being valued based on their work output. So I experienced that as well. At the university, it's obviously not, because it's a it's a government office, so their salary scales are pretty standard. But I think that for us to even get into that position was a struggle. It was he for she's, the department head and the lecturers who trained me, who at that point, the university managed to only hire one. It's them who sort of ensured that there's enrollment, that they're mentoring, that they're really trying to ensure that women are applying even for the job at the university. And then in the last round of hiring, 9 out of the 12 who are hired were women. So it's not even that we're not qualified, it's just that we're not even applying. And so the he for she's in the sector who are really trying to advocate for women to get their foot in the door, and then these women can now open the door for other women. I think those are the people who are really making a difference at the moment. But it's not equal yet. As I said, it's like the woman, the noisy one, the loud one, the one who will break down your door. Those are the ones that
I think it comes with also the job description, because it's a man's. No,
Exactly.
let me stop saying that. But
the construction sector
we're
is,
disrupting it. It's no longer a man's industry now. We're disrupting it. It's starting with us.
no, but the construction sector is an aggressive place.
Yeah, and we need to be that.
Yes, and we need to be that way. And I think we need to soften it, not soften it and like make it weepy and sad and quiet. No, we need to make it accessible. People can feel comfortable in this sector, whether it's an interior design contractor or and I'm really inspired. You know, you said that a construction company. That's like seriously intense.
Thank you.
From material procurement to fundis to the other contractors to tender processes, it's just men. At least the architecture sector is getting better, but the construction, it's quite serious. So it's the more women who are there who are sort of challenging and saying, you know, it can be a little bit more ethical, and ethical issues and corruption is just generally in Kenya, like everywhere. But it's even worse because when you go into these offices, they completely dismiss you. 2 days ago, I went into an office to visit for a planning approval application, which I was trying to appeal. And because they thought on the phone, like on the email, they thought I was a man. And so I had gotten this amazing meeting with the directors. And when I came in, they were like, is it you? You're the one with this big project. They were like, what? You what? No. And so for me, I think it's an uphill battle. But it's a battle I'm willing to fight, at least for the next generation. But it's really bad because the issue is the fact that we lose so many every single day or every year. There are women dropping out of the industry, women dropping out of trying to get professional examinations. There are women dropping out of school, university, because it's just getting too much. They're not even applying to the university because they're like, I've seen it's not working. So until we do that shift, we'll just keep seeing an entire generation who they could have been in this sector, but they don't see a way in.
Yeah. So it's starting with us. We are disrupting the industry, those old age exclusions that, you know, women can't do it, it's a man's industry. We're scraping that out, and we're reforming things right now so that it can become easier for the next generation. I'd like to see, like, in the next 5 years, there are more women who are artisans, more women who are contractors, more women who are architects, interior designers as well. Like, I just want more women to, you know, be in this space, because there's a huge issue also of unemployment, and most people are complaining about, you know, no jobs. But this is a space that we can utilize, and like, as you've seen what's going on even in Kenya, there's the road constructions. So even engineering is also part of construction as well. There's that. So I think we need to have more women in this kind of roles. And the roles that you don't even need to have a degree, like the technical skills, you just need to learn, like, you know, if it's driving a machine or handling, you know, whatever machinery you get, like, you just need to be taught, and then that's like a space that you can, you know, work in. Yeah, And there's so many like
Let me
viable
say
career
something
paths,
that you've just said about ladies. I think the biggest challenge for most women out there who'd want to do this skill is getting the training, the finances. You know, like the machinery, you need to be trained. It's the finances.
Yeah.
What can the government do to sponsor our youth who are interested in this so that they can step on board? I think we really need to involve the government, and especially where the youth are concerned. Because of course you just can't pick someone and he says, mi najua niliona Johnny akifanya alikuwa anafanya hivi na hivi. So
no, I completely agree, and I think the government has a requirement to make it like a % requirement in enrollment in some of these courses, because these courses are available, but because out of the 300 applicants, 170 are men, you find that the first 150 are taken and they're all men. It's just an issue of numbers. So making it a requirement for these institutions to have a % that is for women, at least in the initial stages, you'll find that these principals, the guys in charge will start looking for women.
Yeah.
They'll start giving incentives for women to get trained in these things. And this adage of, construction is about lifting stones and only men can do it, please. No. There's so many different things that people can do on site, including the fact that women can also carry stones. Like, it's not just heavy lifting. There's a lot of technical skills, there's a lot of casual labor skills that women can do and can be trained to do. So we have to move away from this notion that construction, because it's, building, and everyone knows men build. No. In our traditional architecture, women were the builders of the homes. It's always been that way. So it's not a new notion that women can build.
She's very right about that. So, ladies, this video will reach many people, the government as well. What is one stereotype that you'd want to get rid of? Like, you'd want to tell the guys about, let's say, Etta, about me, JENGALEO, and about Imani.
For me, we are women. We can equally give what the men can give, and even better. Women, we have this key to eye. Like if it's tiling, I have a specific way I want my tiling to be done. As in, my finishing will always be, it has to be to perfection. But for the men, I'm sorry to say this, like, maliza hapo tukachukua ile check yetu. And when it comes to payments, please be fair. Contracts, let the contracts, don't look at me as a woman. Look at me like, what am I bringing? What am I finishing for you? Like if you tell me, put up for me flats for sale, you expect the interiors to be top notch, and so that you make your sales quickly, as opposed to, you don't want to pay me well, I also lag in my work, So please, let's change the mentality out there, and especially for us women. And it will be a good environment, and we'll find many women coming on board. What do you think?
Definitely. I think on my end, for me, Etta Madete, it's just what I just shared about, which is that let us change the notion that construction is a man's field because it's about building. That traditionally it's not how it's been, and going forward it's not how it's going to be. We need to work together to create an inclusive environment. And the minute we can tick the box of gender equality in construction, we will also begin ticking other boxes, like inclusion of persons with disabilities, and just really beginning to broaden our scope, that if I don't know how a certain sector behaves, I'll ask them. I'll invite them to the table. I will not assume that I know how a women's space needs to be designed. I will bring in a female interior designer, and I will bring in female artisans. I will bring in, and just make the built environment, which we spend so much time in, be designed by all the people who are going to use that space.
Yeah. My stereotype would be now, guys, women can be multitaskers. So I can be beautiful, I can have brains, I can be a leader, I can, still be a mom, I can do all these things in one. So don't discriminate me, just don't stereotype me thinking that, she looks this way, she's only that. Like I can be all rounded. And as you can see, we have beautiful ladies here who are also brilliant as well and they're doing well in their sector. So yeah, that's the stereotype that I would want to get rid of. And also to the government, I would want some percentages to be accorded to women to have incentives in terms of the tendering processes. So there are only like tenders for women and the youth to participate in, because most of these ones are always given to the male contractors. Yeah, so I would want just for a change, like let's have, a whole building being done by a woman and they're leading in it. Yeah.
Part in short for me is to tell people to adapt to new technology. There's a lot of innovation in the interior design industry. So people wake up. It's not the same old thing. I mean, things are changing. Change your homes. When I walk into your home, it's like, wow, who did this? I want this in my home. So yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much for having this discussion. It's a really powerful one. It's a game changer. And it's really going to impact the viewers out there in a very different way, in a good way. From this discussion, I'm sure we'll have more females who are brave enough to, speak out their stories and, to say no to harassment, say no to, all these kind of things that they face. And, just being a challenge, having all these challenges doesn't mean like it's not an industry you should get into. It's definitely an industry, because both of these ladies and we're very passionate. We're still passionate despite all the challenges we go through. We still love our job and we'll do it any day,
yes,
anytime.
It's worth fighting for.
Yeah. I mean, like, we're strong ladies. We keep it moving, and it's just made us better human beings, and now look, we're killing it in our fields and we're being leaders. So thank you, ladies, for being you and for being strong and for being leaders. I'm so blessed to have you guys around.
Come on board. Every day we have new ideas. So come on board, bring your ideas. Let's work together and grow the industry.
Yeah, and as you can see, Etta is also a good example as well of how she has this multiple roles and jobs, and she's still doing it.
Yes, I think for the ladies out there, you can do it. You can do it all. It doesn't mean you have to do it all at the same time. It just means that you take it one day at a time. Be fierce, be honest, be kind, be a woman, and do the best you can based on the information that you have at the moment. Don't be afraid. The industry is so much fun. It's hard, it's difficult, but it's a lot of fun. It's great to create. It's great to work with other people. It's great to create these spaces that you see around you. So don't be afraid. Come join us. We will guide you if you need your guidance, but I know that you have the inner strength to make it through. So,
the viewers, thank you so much for watching the video. I'm really, really grateful that that you've actually even subscribed, and please make sure you share this episode to all your viewers, all your friends. Just keep sharing, because we need to get the information out there and it will be helpful to someone. And yeah, also for me to keep on making this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share. Link is below, and I'll also leave the link details for these ladies on the description. So if you want to get in touch with them, ask them more questions, you're able to reach them. Yeah, so ladies,
thank you for the invite.
thank you, Aisha. It's been great. Thank you, so Jenga girl.
Yeah, I'm Jenga. She's saying like a white person.
It's because I'm in Jengo. Where am I? Jenga.
It's yes. We are at JENGALEO. Sorry, we are at JENGALEO. This place is amazing. Like from the ambience, the space, it's really beautiful. It just creates a really nice environment for you to work in. They have a yoga, they have a gym as well, all inclusive of the payment that you make for a month. So I think it's really great. Ladies, would you want to come here again?
Yes,
Oh, definitely.
Jengo girl. I want to come to Jengo.
Jengaleo.
Jengaleo. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do that again. Yes, Jengo girl. I would love to come to Jengaleo again. It's beautiful and it's been a great show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. You're all Jengo girls.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, guys, see you later.